When the bandages came off, I didn't recognize the woman in the mirror. The scars were fresh, but the strength staring back at me, she was stronger than I ever imagined. Today I want to share the truth about life after breast reconstructive surgery. I want to talk about the scars, the strength, and the beauty of starting over. And if you've ever had to rebuild yourself after a life-changing moment, type rebuilding in the comments, because I've had to do the same thing twice, not just once, with my breast reconstructive surgery. And I'd love to walk through this journey with you. Let's walk through this journey together. So I want to welcome you to Living the Vision, where strength, storytelling, and style meets transformation. I'm Michelle, and this is the channel where I share real stories about healing, faith, and finding strength in the hardest season of my life. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so that you never miss, a video that's, you'll always know what's coming ahead on the next video. And if you're returning, welcome back, and I'm truly grateful that you're here with me. So today, I'll say, I'm going to tell y'all about the night before my surgery. I was going to say today I want to talk about the night before my surgery, but I'm going to say the night before my surgery, I laid in bed and wondered if I'd ever feel whole again. I wondered, would I even recognize myself after I waken up after the surgery? The morning came, and I remember the beeping of the machines, and as they started preparing for the surgery. I had on that gown that leaves your back out, but they didn't have me to leave the gown to the back with the back out. They had me to wear it where the front was exposed. So I had a whole lot of covers on me. They gave me warm blankets to keep my body warm, that is, while I was still, able to know what it is that they were doing. Because, after a while being in the OR, you're going to fall asleep. You're going to go into a deep sleep, and you're not going to remember some of the things that's going on. But, before I fell in that deep sleep, the way that the air smelled, you couldn't help but smell disinfectant. But I also felt fear, in me. Everybody was trying to help me to relax, but they did that as they gave me the medicine that was to relax me wholeheartedly before the surgery. But then the nurse, she leaned over close to me and she whispered to me, "You're going to be okay. Don't worry. We got you." And at that moment, I held on to those words like they were my lifeline. What's one moment in your life you'll never forget? For me, it was lying in that hospital bed, realizing that my life was about to change forever. It was my point of no return. Maybe for you, it was the day you lost someone, or or when life pushed you in a new direction. But for me, it was the day of my surgery. Each one of the surgeries, the cancer, removing the cancer, that was a life-changing moment. The first reconstructive surgery, that was a life-changing moment. And then going homeless, that was a life-changing moment. And now with this second surgery, it's still a life-changing moment. The first time I saw my scars, I'll be honest, I cried. I didn't see beauty. I only saw what I had lost. But over time, something shifted within me, and I began to see what I had gained. I gained courage, y'all, a new perspective, and a second chance at life. I survived cancer. Those scars became a roadmap of survival. Proof that I went through the fire and came out standing. Yes. Have your scars healed? Are they visible or invisible? Have you ever taught, have those scars taught you something about yourself? For me, they taught me that to be patient with myself. It taught me humility and to stop worrying about being perfect. No, I'm not going to worry about not being perfect. My scars remind me that I'm not broken. I'm healing. And healing is powerful. And you have to take your time and heal. Otherwise, you'll have a setback. Starting over, after breast reconstructive surgery, it hasn't been easy for me. My body feels different, and I'm feeling different also, not just my body. I had to learn to, I had to learn learn these small things all over again. Like, I had to learn how to buy my bras all over again. I can't wear the underwire bras anymore. The bras that I have to wear now have to be wireless bras. And, I have to wear support bras. I can't wear my demi bras anymore. The bras that, made you look all sexy with your clothes and whatnot. I can still look sexy, but I can't, do the things that I used to do, and maybe I don't want to do those things anymore. But some of it I do. And the things that I did, it made me feel beautiful. Even when I didn't always feel beautiful inside. I had to give myself permission to laugh, guys. Even on the days when all I wanted to do was cry. And y'all know I'm a big crybaby. I want to know what's one small way you've started over in your life, in your own life. Not someone else's life that's close to you, because every time somebody asks that question, they'll answer it for somebody else. Don't answer it for anybody else. Answer it for yourself. For me, it was letting go of who I thought I was, or who I thought I was supposed to be. And I had to start embracing the woman I was becoming. I learned that healing isn't a straight path. Some days I feel on top of the world, and other days I take 3 steps back, and both are part of my journey. I embrace that. I accept that. If you're watching this and you're in the middle of your own rebuild, whether it's after surgery, heartbreak, or loss, please hear me. You're not behind. You are not less than. You're becoming, and that becoming is beautiful. I had to remind myself of this daily, every single day, because it's not easy to compare yourself to the past version of who you were, or to someone else's thoughts of who you should be. But your journey it's enough. You're enough. Life after breast reconstruction isn't about going back to who you were. It's about discovering the strength you never knew you had. In this video, I want to encourage you to share with someone who needs hope today. And don't forget to subscribe so you can walk with me the rest of this journey. Let's walk through the rest of this journey together. So, are you stronger than before? My answer is yes. I'm stronger than I was, and I know my healing journey is shaping me into someone more powerful than I ever thought possible. So, if you believe that too, type in the comments, I'm stronger than I was. Keep living your vision. Keep living your vision. That's a play on living the vision. And live that vision one step at a time, one video at a time, and one victory at a time. And I'll see you guys in the next one.